My friends, happy October! Can you believe it? The fall is swiftly swimming by, and we have been enjoying all of the fall-inspired makeup and things, and I wanted to share with you what my beauty favorites have been over the last month as we have done the little changeover embracing the fall season. So happy October. Can't believe it. Time be flying, my friends, but let's talk all things beauty. I've got a lot of favorites here. I have a few unfavorites, some updates that I want to give you from the month because we talked about a lot of makeup all month long. So buckle up, my friends. We got a lot to cover today, and happy fall to you. So let's start with the everyday makeup switch up, shall we? Big update on the base front. I have been using a tinted sunscreen to kind of switch up my everyday makeup moment. I wanted to be able to condense my base routine, make it really nice and easy to slap on in the morning. I'm still loving my Chanel foundation. It's fabulous, but those are for more of my like full makeup glam days like today. But for my everyday skin life, having a little tinted sunscreen is just so nice to be able to slap on. And this one from La Roche-Posay, this is the Anthelios Mineral SPF 50 Ultra Fluid Tinted Lotion. And this one to me is just very special because it feels like a serum. There's a lot of sunscreens that can kind of have a chalky, more gritty feeling, but also because we're entering fall and I'm getting more and more to my natural pale state, a lot of the tinted sunscreens are actually too deep for me and can be a little bit too orange. So unless I have my fake tan on when I'm just au naturel, I need something a little bit lighter. So for my skin tone, this shade is really perfect. And that's why I've been loving it so much. I've seen so much of it. It appears to have gone viral online. I had to pick it up, had to give it a go, and it's absolutely a favorite. If you're looking for a tinted sunscreen to add to your everyday lineup, this one absolutely big thumbs up. It's beautiful, it applies so well, and it wears so well under makeup too. We've got a new concealer in the house, my friends. This is the new Vive Modern Radiance Concealer, and this is a medium to full coverage concealer. It's meant to be hydrating. It has phyto radiance complex in it that keeps the skin looking radiant and succulent and delicious. And you guys know I love to be juicy all day long. And I've been wearing this a lot this month. I actually did a full TikTok on it. I did it to a Katie Jane Hughes sound, and I was doing her makeup artist technique. And that was the first time that I wore this like by itself with this tinted sunscreen. And it's just beautiful. It blends out so nicely. You can really sheer it out if you want to have a more lighter coverage, but then you can really build it up to be full coverage. It applies beautifully with a beauty blender as well as a brush. I also wanted to mention the shade availability of this concealer in particular because a lot of the concealers that you find can kind of pull or like oxidize throughout the day and go really yellow or really pink. And I noticed that especially when it comes to the lighter shades of concealer, which can kind of be annoying. And I just have to say that the shade match for this one, the shade range, first of all, is incredible. But the shade Light 3 is the lighter one that I have been wearing. And it's just a really great shade match, which is really nice. And because the shade match is so great, I can also wear it by itself on my skin, which is perfect for the lighter makeup days. So I have been such a huge fan of this. I want to give a quick shout out and some major love to my e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I have this one in the shade Tan Lines, and again, for my more pale state, it's the perfect shade match, and it's kind of that nice in between that I can use it as both contour and bronzer, and it's just such a joy to put on. It's a really nice, more thin formula, so when you're wanting to apply your daily makeup nice and quickly, it's just really quick and easy to blend out. You cannot beat the price of this bronzer. I love the shade, and I was really happy to add this back into my everyday lineup this month. So this has been lovely. We love the Putty Bronzer. Nothing new to see here, but she's back in the rotation for the fall and winter. Let's talk about some blushes real quick, my friends, because you know I love me some fall blushes. I love bringing out the deeper, more purpley, succulent tones as the weather gets more chilly. And I have 3 favorites that have stuck out to me this month. I did my big makeup switch over, and I've been consistently wearing some favorites. So let's talk about the Nudestix Nude Buff Nudies Matte Luxe shade. This shade for me in particular is just a perfect everyday shade. It's a really nice, like slightly deeper version of my usual nudes that I would throw on. And the Nudies Matte Luxe new formula in particular is just, it's so creamy. It's such a beautiful creamy matte. I don't really know how to describe it because you would just have to swatch it for yourself, or if you're a user of the Nudestix blushes in general. It's just so much more creamy. And Luxe, like Luxe is a good way of explaining it. It is a matte finish, but it's very juicy and creamy, and it's just kind of that like natural, can you say radiant matte? Would that make sense? I don't know. It's just so beautiful on the skin, and this shade in particular is just absolutely gorgeous for every day. I have been loving it so much, and the Matte Luxe formula, I'm like, can we make picante in this formula? It's so beautiful, and I have absolutely been loving the shade Nude Buff. I feel like you guys are going to be expecting this. You absolutely already know that I'm going to be mentioning the Charlotte Tilbury Lip and Cheek Glow. This is the shade Color of Passions. They have 2 shades in this little Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow, and I prefer the deeper one of the 2. This has been a very long time favorite of mine. First of all, the packaging. You just, like, Charlotte Tilbury just does it so right with packaging. It is so luxurious. It's so fancy and beautiful feeling. If you're like touching up your lips with this on the go, like, it's such a glorious little compact to pull out. It's just a joy to use. And what I love about this, not all of my like cream blush products are able to be used on the lips, or some of them I just don't prefer, but this one is one of those ones where I just want something easy and quick to slap on. I want to be able to put it on both my lips as well as my cheeks. This is my go-to option. I love the color. It's that rich, like, deep wine berry, and it's just gorgeous. And it also has such a beautiful glow to it. I feel like whenever I wear this on my cheeks in particular, I just have a different lit from within glow. I don't need to put a highlighter on when I'm wearing this. I just feel so hydrated and healthy looking, and like I've just crushed berries and shoved them all over my face. I'm absolutely obsessed with this, and any excuse that I have to pull this out, I do. And if you guys haven't tried it, it's just one of those that it's just a consistent favorite for me. I love this so much. Now, I've got to be honest with you, I've not been wearing a lot of powder blushes. I think I'm just really in my cream blush moment, and I'm loving it. So I haven't been playing with too many on an everyday basis, but I did want to give you guys an update and mention the Benefit Pom Pom blush, because this shade in particular is just very unique, or it's unique for me. It's a shade that I haven't used very much in my everyday life, and I guess the pomegranate rose is actually a really great way to describe this shade. It's just a little bit more warm and leafy than other colors that I wear on an everyday basis. And I wanted to mention it because there's one day that I was wearing it and Dan was like, wow, babe, what's on your cheeks? That blush looks so nice. And the difference isn't like so unique and crazy in comparison to other blushes that I wear, but it was enough that it was a noticeable difference. And I felt different. I felt like I just had this really toasted, warm feeling to my face when I was wearing this. And it's a really beautiful blush, and it's also matte, which is nice because a lot of the blush options that I wear either have a little bit of a glow to them, there might be some shimmer, or they're just like a wet cream blush. So for those days when I just want to have that nice blurred out matte look, what a beautiful color and perfect for fall. It just, yeah, I think toasted pomegranate is the vibe that this shade gives me, and it's beautiful, and I was really happy to add that to the everyday collection this month. We've got a new mascara in the house, and I am so excited about it. If you haven't seen it already, this is the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara, and I raved about this on Instagram and TikTok. It was a new mascara that I tried this month, and it is so good. It gives such beautiful, light, fluffy volume. The first time I put it on, I was like, oh yes, this is so good. And there's a few things I wanted to mention. So first of all, the wand. I actually love how well you guys know me. It made my heart soar when some of you sent me this message on Instagram and also commented on TikTok, because the wand looks like a wand that I wouldn't normally go for. It's got the little pokey bristles, okay? But look at the lovely little curve. It's got a really nice thin wand, which is so nice for getting right into the inner corners. And even though it looks like one of the typical pokey wands, it's actually really soft. I don't experience any of the hard poking, so was very thrilled about that. Secondly, the look of it, the mascara itself, it doesn't flake. It wears really well throughout the day. It's got that really nice and light, fluffy volume. It's a little bit more voluminous than the Lancome Lashy Doll, I would say. It's just kind of a perfect in between. Like, it's nice and lengthening, it's volumizing, it lifts the lashes. It's really beautiful. I really love how easy it is to take off at the end of the night. I don't have to do any additional scrubbing on my eyes, which is perfect. And I mean, the packaging is so cute. It was just a joy to use and a really beautiful discovery from the month. And I also wanted to say that Tower 28 is a brand I've been a fan of since the start. There's been so many products and launches that they've had that I have loved and that I've consistently kept in my makeup collection and rotation. And I also wanted to say that the Second Life podcast, I'm not a big podcast gal. I don't listen to many of them, but the Second Life podcast is my favorite. I absolutely love it. And Amy Lou, the co-founder of Tower 28, literally just had an episode go live, and I listened to it and was so excited, and it just made me fall in love with the brand even more because I actually wasn't aware of their brand story and loved hearing about Amy Lou's career and life leading up to Tower 28. And yeah, really big fan. Great price point, great ingredients, and just huge fan. Big fan of this mascara. Wanted to update you guys. It's a fabulous one to try if you're looking for a new one. Now I'm going to say that concludes the first half of our favorites, and the second half is going to be lips, because I have a lot of lip products that I want to update you guys on. When it comes to the fall season, the colors of the lips, it's just one of my favorite times of the year, and I got really excited because there were a lot of new beautiful lip products that I was trying out. Just so many different options for the everyday makeup. It was kind of overwhelming. There are so many amazing lip products products that are available right now, and there were also so many new ones to try. So I wanted to just do my best to give you guys a big roundup of my top picks and also my favorite shades that I have used and played with this month. So let's start with the new launches from Chanel, because Chanel came out with a beautiful tone-on-tone shade range of their Rouge Allure lipsticks, and I am obsessed with all of them. They sent me 5 of the new shades, and the shade 209 in particular, Alter Ego, is the one that I've been wearing the most. But I mean, all of the shades, like there's a shade for everyone, which is nice. They created a beautiful collection of just like deeper kind of everyday nudes for a range of skin tones. So there's a shade for everybody, and the formula is just really beautiful. Obviously it's Chanel, it's more of a luxury product, but the shades are gorgeous. And they also have this like fun new packaging, which I have to say I'm not a fan of. It makes it a little bit, I don't know, it's like counterintuitive to be pushing from the top and then it's like, where's the bottom? I don't know, whatever, but it's very cute. So they've got the cute little pushy thing. It's got the little Chanel sleeves on top, and 209 I've worn so much this month. It's a beautiful everyday shade for me. I'm continuing my love for the Vive Lip Dew this month. This is the shade Rosa, and last year I was just like so crazy about the Merit Taupe lip oil. I loved it so much. Very similar packaging, to be honest, but this shade in particular just has a little bit more of a warmth, a little bit more of a pinky tone in comparison to Merit Taupe. So it's actually really nice when I'm wearing all of these like warm, toasty things, but I have been loving this lip gloss for a while now since I tried it. The shade is stunning. The formula is stunning. It smells delicious. The packaging is cute. There's just so much I love about this product. And if you're looking for a beautiful glossy lip to try, this one is amazing. So this month I had 2 significant, very large lip collections come through my door in PR, which I'm so grateful for always. And both Dior and NARS came out with transfer-proof matte lipsticks. And I feel like everybody on TikTok was going crazy for them, wanting to review them, doing the transfer-proof test, all of that. I saw so many people talking about it. And I wanted to go through each of them and kind of pick up my favorite shades and talk to you about why I love one and not so much the other, okay? So first of all, the Dior came out with a beautiful range of their lipsticks, and a few of the shades are like a continuation of their most beloved shades. So my particular favorites are 100, 200, and 999. 100 and 200 are beautiful nudes, which I love. And then 999 is their like classic Dior red, which is just a really beautiful, bright, stunning, neutral red that works for everybody. And the packaging is really nice. I actually love that they differentiated it. It's all matte packaging to show its matteness and long wearness. And what I love about this is that even though it's matte and long wearing and transfer proof, it's so thin and so creamy on the lips. I have very, very dry lips, so even when I go for more matte things, I still need it to be something that's gonna work for dry skin, because my skin is dry, my whole body is dry, and my lips are extra dry. This is a gorgeous formula. You hardly feel it when you're applying it, and if you need a long-lasting lipstick, it's such a gorgeous option. And alternatively, NARS came out with their Power Matte lipsticks. Very, very cute packaging, lots of very fall-appropriate shades. And I'm very sad to say that I really don't like the formula. And again, just because I have very, very dry lips, this is a super matte formula. And when you apply it, it's like instantly drying. But I will say that I swatched all of the shades on my lips. I wanted to see if there were any that worked for me. And I will say that the more like purpley tones that I was excited to pull out for fall and try were really, really chalky and patchy and did not disperse the pigment very well. But out of the entire range, the 3 shades that I liked the best and that were the least patchy were Sweet Disposition, Thunder Kiss, and Killer Queen. They're nice and creamy. They applied nicely on my lips, but just really dry. Not my preference. My preference is something that can be matte without drying my lips out. So this particular launch didn't work out so well for me. Really curious to hear you guys' thoughts. I was sad about it because obviously the shade lineup is stunning, but yeah, not for me. It was a little bit too drying. So there's a little update on those launches from the month, my friends. And then also from this last month, I decided to go to the drugstore and I was like, I just want to get some amazing affordable options, kind of update the shades of some of my favorite formulas from the drugstore. And I wanted to give you guys a little roundup of some of my favorite fall shades that I found at the drugstore. Let's start with a beautiful option from Wet n Wild. First of all, very cute little packaging. This is the Mega Last Matte Lipstick in the shade Mocha Licious. Look at how beautiful this shade is. It's kind of like that gorgeous, kind of deep, chocolatey, purpley nude. Absolutely beautiful. So creamy and delicious on the lips. Was so happy to find that shade from Wet n Wild. I had this horrible feeling where I was like, what if I've tried this before? because this is such a me shade. I'm like, if I have used this in the past, I'm sorry, but at the moment it is new to me and is such a gorgeous color for the fall. Absolutely obsessed. Now, I've been talking about the Revlon Super Lustrous Shine lipsticks for years. I really love them the most in the summertime. There's a lot of like bright, lovely orange and pink shades that I love to pull out in the summertime, but they also have such beautiful, deeper shades for fall, and I've talked about these at length already, but number 7 Glazed Mauve and number 12 Black Cherry are 2 shades. I also pulled out the Sparkling Honey, but these 2 for fall specifically, beautiful purpley, mauvey tones, absolutely stunning. And then an old classic shade that I've already had in my collection is number 8 Rum Raisin, and I pulled that out. Like, look at that. The gloss is just stunning. These are honestly, I love this line so much. I hope Revlon never discontinues it, because that would be such a loss in the makeup world. If you are looking for an affordable option that absolutely beats any stunning lip balm lipstick in the luxury category, like, look no further. They have such an incredible shade range of these lipsticks, and the formula can't be beat. They're so stunning. Here's Black Cherry and here's Glazed Mauve. Like, there's your fall lineup sorted right there. Gorgeous, glossy, stunning. We love you, Revlon. And speaking of Revlon, I actually picked up 2 of the lip products that I hadn't tried from them before, and they were just perfect shades for fall, so wanted to tell you about it. First of all, this is the Color Stay Satin Ink. This is the shade number 7, Partner in Crime. And this is actually what I have on my lips right now. And before I mention that, actually, I wanted to mention a lip liner, because I have decided to pull this back out of hiding, and I plan to use it all fall and winter long, because Katie Jane Hughes has talked about the Endless Cacao Artist Lip Pencil from Makeup Forever since the dawn of time. And it's something I've tried before, and I was like, oh, I don't really know how I feel about it. It's a little bit like gray and corpsey feeling on my lips. However, I just put this on, like, literally this moment today with this Partner in Crime shade from Revlon, and it is stunning. So I've decided to put my trust and lip life in the hands of Katie Jane Hughes, because she never leads us astray. So why would I even doubt her with this lip pencil? So I've decided to pull this back out, by the way. Anyway, I'm wearing this today with this Color Stay Satin Ink color, and I want to show it to you because it's actually fascinating. First of all, I'm going to put it on my lips. Look at it. It looks like it's gray and nude. Doesn't look like the color that's on the packaging at all, but then I took a little brush and blended it out, and it turns pink. Oh my God, it's so fascinating. It is such science, but what a beautiful wearable, truly like stain feeling lip product. And then paired with the gray of the Endless Cacao, I was like, wow, this is such a stunning lip combo. So even though it's absolutely brand new to me, I wanted to mention it to you because it was a new and little bit that I bought for the month. What a beautiful formula. I'm obsessed, and I absolutely need to go try more shades of this because I was very, very impressed, and it's been wearing so beautifully. And like, even in comparison to the NARS matte formula, which I think is probably like trying to get a similar look and similar long wearingness on the lips. Wow, what a stunning formula. And I love this shade. And the last lip products that I wanted to mention, another pick from Revlon. Revlon just really crushes it when it comes to lip products, I have to say. Clearly, I'm a big fan, but I picked up their matte light crayons because there's a lot of lip crayons that I've loved in the past, namely being the Laura Mercier ones, the Bobbi Brown ones, the NARS crayons. There's so many beautiful, more high-end, more high price pointed lip crayons that have been favorites of mine in the past. So was very curious to try these 2 shades in particular. Obviously very fall inspired and perfect for the season, but the formula is that gorgeous creamy matte that doesn't dry out your lips. So definitely needed to show you guys these. So this one right here is that beautiful, like warm kind of brick brown red. So gorgeous. This is the shade Souffle All Day. And then this one is that deep purpley stunning berry color. And this is the shade Lifted. Both so beautiful. And hopefully you guys can tell where it's just that really nice wearable creamy matte. Love the formula. Super easy to apply. It actually has a nice little point, so it's easy to get right in there and draw on the lips, and beautiful. Such a find from the drugstore. Love these 2 shades. So I'm gonna stop it there. That's it for my lip roundup. I have a couple more favorites that I wanted to mention from the month. 2 skincare favorites. First of all, speaking of dry lips and suffering from dry lips, especially when the colder weather hits, the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask has just been the champion for me. I've been keeping this at my bedside table, and it's a product I've used in the past. It's obviously a product that has been a favorite of so many people, but I recently picked up a new one, and it's just been a delightful rediscovery for me. It really is that in the lip mask world, and especially since Bite Beauty, RIP, is no longer with us, and there were so many of their like agave lip masks that I loved and used for so long. This is just picking up the void that I was feeling in the overnight lip mask world, and it's beautiful. It's so creamy and delicious on the lips, and it's been such a huge favorite over the last couple weeks. We love. And speaking of my bedside table, I just want to give a huge shout out to the Mirror Water Rub Solid Balm. I just did a huge blab about this in my most recent vlog, but it is just such a unique formula. It's a solid balm, yes, but it's like creamy like butter, and it feels so good. I've been putting this on my hands and my feet before bed, and it's so juicy and delicious, and I just feel so hydrated, and the smell is amazing. The packaging is amazing. Estee, what a beautiful product. This is gonna be such a joy going into the fall and winter. My friends, the last melon, the last category I wanted to talk to you about. Let's talk really briefly about fragrance, because I did, in fact, pick up another bottle of the Malin & Getz leather fragrance. I can't get enough of this. It's so good. This is my third bottle. I am embarrassed and horrified to know that you now know how swiftly I go through this, but the smell is really that good. It's so nice, and I wanted to keep it for my everyday lineup because it's just kind of a lighter version of what I'm about to talk about, but so good, so stunning. I need them to make a bigger bottle because clearly I can't be trusted with the longevity in my fragrance category. But now that we are entering into the colder weather, I have been reaching for my tried and true, my classic, my all-time favorite fragrance combo, also the most bougie fragrance combo, but if you guys are longtime viewers of my channel, you'll know how much I love the Tom Ford Ombre Leather fragrance, okay? And this one is actually the more intense version. The regular OG label is black, it's all black, and then the more intense version has the white label, and it's so beautiful, and I love Ombre Leather, and it's a fragrance that I always have in my lineup. I love to mix it with the Replica by the Fireplace, another fragrance that I have gone through bottles and bottles of. Both Dan and I use this, actually. We both love it. And I do wear both of these on their own, but I also love to mix it. This is just that deep, leathery, musky fragrance, and this is that like sweet, woodsy, warm, also spicy. Like it's so beautiful together. And this, in terms of fragrance, is pretty much all I need, and I just love to smell this way. So here's my fragrance lineup for anyone who cares or is curious about what I'm going to be wearing every day. And on that note, I also just wanted to give a little shout out to the Tom Ford Ombre Leather All Over Body Spray. I bought this a long time ago and kind of neglected it for a very long time, but I'm now just really appreciating doing a little body spritz of this all over my clothes before I leave the door, because clearly I like to smell very intensely and spray fragrance on every inch of my body. So this allows me to do that very swiftly and easily. So I just... That's my fragrance covered, and those are my current and also all-time favorites. All right, my beautiful people, that is it. That is a wrap on this roundup. Those are all of the things that I have been loving and trying out during the fall season, and these are the few products that you guys are absolutely going to be seeing a lot more of this fall. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. Please let me know the products and the things that you have been loving. I hope you guys enjoyed my little roundup of my favorites, and I thank you deeply for being here, and I will see you all very, very soon for a new video. Bye!